Hey guys, Will from Will the Maker here. I'm about to start heading down this weekend for a pen show in Orlando. I sell products for the fountain pen community, and so these pen shows are really great for the business, for not only just making the sales, but making contacts for businesses and just getting the name out there, marketing, blah, blah, blah. Very, very useful for that. So I have a lot of my inventory up here on my upstairs office. I have some more downstairs I'm going to bring up soon. Basically, I'm going to take some quick inventory and then start packing it up to get ready to go for the show. So I will probably do some videos from the show and then, maybe talk about it a little bit more afterwards and see how it goes. So follow along. This may or may not be a long one or a short one. I don't know. Alright, so I definitely think I overproduced for this show. It's okay, I'm not too worried about it. I'm hoping to have at least enough of every color to make sure that everybody can get the color that they want. And then I'll just come home with whatever inventory I have. I wanted to redo all my photography anyway, so if I do come back with all the colors, even better. It'll just go on the website, it'll be sold eventually. But this way, everybody at the show should be able to get what they want, so that's good. If I ever get any more wholesale orders from the show, maybe I can give them some products from there and they can have a good selection of what they want. That's what happened last time at the last show, so maybe that'll happen again this time. But we'll see. So right now I'm going to do a quick inventory, hopefully it won't take too long, and then pack them all up. Alright, let's get to it. Inventory check done. I have way too much stuff. That's fine. I have a good, if I were to completely sell out, that would be an incredible weekend. I doubt I'll get near it. Definitely be taking a lot of inventory home, but okay, whatever. Now I need to pack it all up. So let's get started with that. Okay, here they are all boxed up, ready to go. I try to do it by product and then have kind of columns of colors so that way I can go down and always kind of have a check of what is still available, as opposed to just kind of throwing it all in there and digging around during the show. I want to have it a little bit more methodical this time, because basically in other shows, towards I get set up, it looks nice, and then in the inventory it kind of is just a big pile of stuff. No kind of organization really beyond this product is in this box, but there's no, alright, if I need a green one, where is it? It's at the bottom, buried in another thing. So basically I have columns of black, columns of green, columns of blue, for example, so that I can just kind of, hopefully as they go down, kind of just grab and see them as they go. Obviously, I think eventually it'll all start kind of crumbling in on each other, but we'll see as the show goes on. This is my first time trying it this way. I hope it's a lot better, more organized, but we'll see. Alright, so we are back from the show. It was a great show, even though we missed the first half of Friday just because we were driving in and we got in a little bit later than I hoped for. It is what it is, but even without that morning and basically losing a quarter of the show, I still did really well. It was probably my best show so far. I think definitely did a few thousand in revenue, which is awesome. I'm happy about that. Friday afternoon and Saturday was very good. Sunday was very slow. Sunday at these shows are always pretty slow. This is the first year this show had done a Sunday, and they did it for a few hours Got some sales, not anything significant, but you know, it's always good to have that extra day. And then, you know, we basically just hung out the rest of the day in Florida, and then we went on a family cruise during the next week, and now we're back. And while we're on the cruise, got some orders in. I'm gonna fulfill at least a couple of them tonight. And yeah, but in terms of inventory, I definitely overbuilt, produced way more than I really needed. One of the tricky things with my products and this industry, the fountain pen world, is it's very color driven. People like to have choices in colors, their favorite colors, and I like to be able to provide enough inventory of every color. I don't want to necessarily run out of any color if I can avoid it, and so that means I have to produce a lot, and you know, 4, 5, 6 of each one, of each color, of each product, and that quickly multiplies, and it scales up like crazy. And it's funny because there's no rhyme or reason. Haven't gotten, you know, I look at the data before the shows, after the shows, and generally speaking, there's no rhyme or reason as to why one color sells more than the other. Sometimes they're pretty even. There's some colors that are definitely hard to sell, like shades of orange are very difficult. Some people love them, but it's definitely a rare one. I've tried a few different oranges and it just seems to be hard color to sell. Blues typically do really well. Blacks normally do well. Red normally does pretty good. You know, medium seller. This time sold 0 red, not a single item in red. I was surprised by, because normally, like I said, you know, people like a red and black combination, you know, kind of gamer colors or whatever, and yeah, this time no red. Don't know why. Some colors did end up selling out. I think I only had to turn away one person in terms of color, but normally they just choose another color, so it's not like typically I don't lose a sale when that happens, but I still like to be able to provide the best choice. I mean, you saw all the products I had when I was getting them packed up. It's a lot. I probably produced about 3 times more than I sold in terms of like raw dollar value. So it is what it is. I have a lot of inventory now that I can just, you know, sell through. While I was out, I got a number of orders in. I'm gonna try and fulfill a couple of them, but just use up the inventory as I go. And in the lead up for the show, I finally got my Cheaty box installed, hooked up to this printer. Bang Bang. This is Cheaty. So we got Cheaty and Bang Bang. If you know what I'm talking about, Cheaty Bang Bang. Great movie. So yeah, I think that's funny. Anyways, I got the Cheaty box installed on Bang Bang here. I don't think this is a problem with Cheaty. This probably stems back to Bamboo making the AMS and making, you know, AMS sized rolls of filament, because a lot of my rolls that I have are too big, like this one, and you can see what happens. It can't unwind the filament correctly. This basically just jams it because there's just no clearance. But in these slots here, I tried producing a lot of just small, fun products that I had at the show. Just like a little fidget toy thing, just for fun. I want to have multiple colors, and I couldn't get some of them to work because they're an older color style, and I didn't have a lot of time to fudge with it and try and fix it. I got the blue and white ones to work, but these orange and purple ones I could not get to work. And I'm kind of bummed by it. I tried a couple different rolls of purple, different types of purple, different filament spools, and just didn't work. Lots of jams, and I'm not blaming Cheaty at this point. I don't think that's the issue. I think it's just the wrong size spool, too big of a spool to fit into it. I sort of just like, why not just make it, all you need to do is make each roll each space before the rolls about 2 millimeters wider spacing, and no freaking problems. It's really frustrating. I hate when companies make choices like that because it's just so clearly a cash grab for you to buy their filament. And now, of course, there's AMS approved filament spools, and you know, it's just annoying. This new spool from Printed Solid works just fine, and I love this new one with all these cutouts. I left this as is. You can see this is a massive failure here. This is what I was trying to print, and basically these things it would just jam up. It didn't work. Little fidget toys. Oh well. One thing that happens at these shows, which is always a very humbling experience, is people come up to me and tell me that they were waiting for me, or that they were hoping I was there, or that they're coming to the show specifically to see me, to see my products, see what I have, to come back, buy more, from, you know, seeing me the last year or something like that. it happens multiple times every show. It's an amazing feeling when you come up with a product that people really kind of gravitate towards, and you build a brand and people like your stuff and they come and see you and they tell you that they're coming to see you. Sometimes specifically, you know, there's 100 other vendors at the show selling, you know, some nice creations that they make or that they just resell, or sell from their personal collection. It's a wide range of vendors, and it's funny, nobody's competition, even though they're all competition, everyone's friends. It's a great community, very friendly. But yeah, having people come to the show and tell you that they are here to see you is an awesome feeling. So, you know, if anybody is interested in trying to get into something like this, I highly recommend it. Try and find, you know, they say find your niche. It doesn't have to be a small niche. This is a very small niche in this case, but I have another brand that's automotive, so not necessarily a small niche, but I'm trying to build that as well, when I get time. But yeah, so design a product, build a brand, get some social media going for it, you know, whatever. And people come to you and they tell you that they love your stuff and they come to see you. And it's amazing. It really is an amazing feeling. Highly recommended. It's very humbling. And so yeah, so that will basically wrap up the video about the Orlando Fountain Pen Show. We had a lot of good times. You know, it's always great coming to these shows. Everyone is so friendly, and I can't wait for next season. I'm gonna try and hit up some more shows, some bigger shows even. So anyways, I will see you in the next business vlog or 3D printing video. I have a couple of things in mind I want to make. Feel free to subscribe, like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.